What's going on, y'all? 5sports.5's back at it, back with another video, and it's finally time to start talking NBA. And I know I've been slacking on the NBA videos, but that's only because the NFL season has been going on and it's been so prominent. But believe me, the NBA videos are coming, predictions, analysis, big news, etc. So stay tuned for that, and we'll just start right there. So pretty big news that came out recently was that the Lakers announced that Steve Nash would miss the rest of this season already with a back injury that he suffered. I think I read something about a nerve issue. Regardless, I think everybody that hasn't been living under a rock for the last, a year or two knows that Steve Nash should already be retired by now. And in fact, he even said it in a Grant Lynn piece. I remember that he's only in it for the money, the last year of his contract. So really, we all kind of knew this was coming. Steve Nash is probably not going to say it right now, but this is the end of his career. He's probably going to retire. So basically, I just wanted to make this video to sort of just say how great Steve Nash has been in his career and where does he rank in terms of the all-time great point guards. Before I say that, just wanted to point out how much of an exception Steve Nash was in the NBA. And you're probably wondering what I mean by that is an exception meaning Steve Nash wasn't a #1 overall pick. He wasn't some LeBron James type. Everybody knew he was going to be a superstar type player. Basically, Steve Nash came from a small college, gets drafted. When he's on the Mavericks, he was a secondary sort of a role player, a secondary star, if you will, to Dirk and Michael Finley. Then he goes to Phoenix, and then he becomes an MVP. That never happens in the NBA. You don't just go from a secondary player to an MVP caliber player. That's why Steve Nash was an exception his whole career, and that's what made him so great. So if you ask me, I'm probably going to have to say that Steve Nash belongs right up there, and by right up there I mean top 5 point guard of all time. In no particular order, I have Magic, Stockton, Isaiah, Oscar Robertson, and then Nash there. I know I'm probably leaving out a lot of the greats like Gary Payton and Jason Kidd, but if you think about it, Stockton and a couple of those guys like Kidd never won an MVP. Steve Nash has won 2. That's not a small accomplishment. That's huge. If it wasn't for those Spurs teams and Lakers teams, he probably would have gotten to the NBA Finals. Steve Nash revolutionized the point guard position, a pure passing point guard. He basically put the 7-second offense on display. So there's a lot Steve Nash has done, and I think he was a very underrated player, even for how great he was throughout his career. Let me know what you guys think. Where does Steve Nash rank in your all-time point guards list? Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.